Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Canner, and we are back after a month. I apologize. I've just been busy. 2 jobs, and this time of year is always pretty busy for me. But we are here taking a look at Voidvelg. It's going to be very interesting to see how this deck performs in a light-dominated metagame. But at the same time, this might actually just be one of the most diverse metagames we have ever seen in Rush Duel Links. So, let's see. Alright, looks like we are facing the Void Mirror match here, and all things considered, this is actually pretty decent hand. Requiem is good into really anything they set up. Globule isn't great, but it's enough. Then we have Sentinel and Pale Rider as well. Potentially the last draw in hand as well could be huge for us. So we are going to go ahead, draw per turn. That is Universal Storm. Remember when I said that would be huge for us? Yeah, I guess it really ended up being pretty huge. So we're going to start off, activate Universal Storm here. We're going to pop that card. It was their own Universal Storm. Okay. Target our Pale Rider, send the top 3 cards. Looks like we are going to be able to get that Star Transfer from our deck to our hand, which is very nice. So we're going to summon that out. We're going to tribute over the Globule for Star Transfer. And then we are just going to Star Transfer here. This way, we are actually able to stick 3 Darks on field, which is very, very big. So we're going to get our effect. We're going to go up to 3,800. We're going to attack into a Pale Rider. And then we could go Crash Crash, but I think I'm going to go here. Deal 100. They can deal 100 into me. I don't feel too bad about that. Elysium. If they draw into Elysium, that's pretty rough for us, but other than that, this is a fine position to be in. Alright, looks like they did not draw into Elysium, sent Star Transfer, and didn't find any tributes. Well, look at that. We're already off to a great start here in the first one. So, by the way, make sure you guys are playing right now, because there is this Rush Duel bonus trial until the 1st of December that ends tomorrow. But by doing this every day, you get the daily rewards, and then there's these cumulative rewards. You end up getting 1, 2, 3 free packs of Requiem of Collapse. It is great. Make sure you get those 15 games done. Alright, so it looks like this might be here against Light Galaxy. Like I mentioned, there is those dual trial decks, so a lot of people are playing the dual trial stuff. And wow, this hand is phenomenal. Holy shnikes. It, like, quite literally, if we find one normal summon, this hand is beyond incredible. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's Pale Rider, Pierce, whatever they have. We have Elysium to book something if they're going to leave it on face up on the field, like this Linak here. And if they decide to set one card only in their back row, we can pop it. Cosmo Titan means we can't really freely go for this Pale Rider play, but I mean, Elysium is still quite enough. This. We'll go activate our skill. Target Elysium. It's in the top 3. Or not Elysium, rather. We'll grab Elysium, because we can go Elysium, pitch Elysium. That makes it so that we actually have a monster to pitch. We're going to pop this center card here. That is the Buffered Slime. That is a great, great, great rip for us. We're going to send out the Elysium and then normal summon our Pale Rider. This is kind of a weird board state because they ended up ending on a tribute. So we kind of just have to do this. And not really get in for a ton of damage, but I feel like that was the safest play. A lot of the stuff, like there's quite a decent amount of battle traps that specified has to be a face-up card that we're attacking into. I believe Music Princess's Recital does, but that card isn't really seeing play right now. But yeah. So they are going to be able to find Meteor Charge here. Interesting. Which to me means they probably have Secret Order in hand already. If they don't have Secret Order, I would be stunned. They don't have Secret Order, actually opting to grab Meteor Charge, which is interesting. This is 500. They don't have a way to hit in for lethal here. The set card was Secret Order. Okay. Yep. We kind of figured that they were going to have Secret Order here. So I think what they're going to do... Oh, wow. Double Secret Order. That is catastrophic, actually. Plus Meteor Charge? Oh, we just lost the game. Yeah, no, I mean, hey, sometimes your opponent will just have 2 Secret Order. Wow, yeah. I mean, to be fair there, though, there is not many decks that can play through that. It is what it is. That kind of happens in this format. Sometimes you just die because your opponent opens better than you do, or, like, we opened good. So, you know. We opened good, but sometimes your opponent just opens a little bit better. Which is fine. Like, I mean, I think this format is super fun. Like, I don't really have such a big problem with any of the decks that I'm like, this deck needs to die. Besides maybe Materion, but I don't even think that needs to die. I think we can kind of just curb the power a little bit of Materion. Well, remember when we were talking about good hands? This is not really one of them. Cataphract might be able to do something here. But I kind of want to summon these in attack just because of how often. Okay, here's what we're actually going to do. We're going to Corridor send you to grab the Star Transfer. Just because that way it means no matter what, we are actually taking less damage here. And I want to just feel a little bit more comfortable going into their board, because we didn't really have a great turn 1 play. We could have gone set 3 pass, and I think that would have been fine. But I kind of wanted to go for this here. And they have Tribute to the Doomed, which is unfortunate, but that means our Star Transfer is going to be out of rotation. They're just going to go set 1 monster and then set 2 pieces of back row here. And, well, I mean, this is about as good as it can get. We are going to start off by activating Universal Storm. It's going to pop that center back row card there. That is Secret Order. So that is 1 Secret Order that is out of rotation. So I can't be too mad about that. I'm going to target the Pale Rider, send the top couple cards. We are going to activate the effect. I'm going to grab... I think I want to grab Pale Rider instead of Star Transfer, actually. Especially since we already have pretty much everything that we want. Because this makes it so that if that back row isn't a real card, we pretty much always just win here. And top card. That is going to be a Requiem that's out of rotation, which is unfortunate. We're going to hit him for 600. This is exact lethal if they've got nothing. No, it's not. We're 400 off. You're 400 off. I'm bad at math. Sorry. So we're 400 off lethal. it's quite unlikely for them to be able to OTK us here. Remember, they would basically need double Secret Order, which they're down 1, so they could have drawn a Secret Order for turn, grab the other. But they basically need Secret Order in that. So they are going to target the Corridor, which means we can't Corridor next turn, but I don't feel super awful about that. They then are going to pop our Talismanic, which is a bit rough, but I mean, overall, if this is their end board, I feel pretty darn good about it. They're going to go ahead, attack in for 500 here, which is whatever, and then we are going to draw for turn. Not a great set of draws here, truth be told. But we do actually have Pot of Avarice here, so we can put some of these more important cards that will actually help advance our board state back into the deck. So we are actually going to end up overall being in a better spot. Drawing into Pale Rider. Okay. We are just going to go for the Universal Storm. Hey, I'm not going to complain about that. I guess they were, what, 400 off? So, like, if we found any way to do meaningful damage. Oh, no, they had a monster with 1,200. So if they, yeah, we had a game there pretty much anyways. All right, so we're going to go for one last game here, just because I'm having fun. Honestly, I'm really enjoying this format. Like, even though I haven't been recording videos for the past month, I've been playing the game just because it's been fun. And I'm glad that we are in a format that I feel is fun. However, I think next week that is going to be a very different opinion that I hold. Next week actually begins the first Goha Rush Festival that we have had this World's season. I don't know if ours is going to be a World's invite off of this first one, or if they're going to do it like they did last year. But as always, I'm just going to be trying to grind and get as high as I can for Worlds this year. I really, really, really enjoy. I want to try to qualify for Worlds. I don't think I will. But overall, I just want to have a good time as well. Well, we are here in a position where you're popping off. Go ahead, Universal Storm that back row, baby. Is their own Universal Storm. We're gonna go Cataphract. Send. Use Void Destruction. We're going to grab Requiem. I want to go Requiem lines over Elysium here. While Elysium is good, I'd prefer to have Elysium in a position where we can actually hit in for piercing with Pale Rider. Milled the Negate attack. That's pretty rough, but we are going to still be able to hit in for 2,200 points of damage here. Yeah. Perfect. Good first turn for us. I genuinely can't be mad. I can't be mad about that first turn. I will say I do have my gripes with this format. The biggest gripe that I have is that this format is super, super OTK heavy. Part of the reason I like Rush is when you have a couple turns of back and forth where you are playing to the best of your ability, but your opponent is also playing to the best of their ability. That's kind of when I think Rush is at its best. And unfortunately, this format doesn't really encapsulate that. But obviously, that's just my only problem with that. Hopefully, in future sets here in next little bit, we can actually get some impactful back row. We're going to go ahead and normal summon our Cataphract. We're going to send the top card of our deck. It is Pot of Avarice. No. Oh, okay. That is pretty rough, unfortunately. So we are going to just go Tribute over you to here, make Requiem, summon out that other Pale Rider, and then we're going to activate Void Destruction. We're going to target that newly summoned Pale Rider, send the top few cards, and we did send Star Transfer, so this board is just going to get even better. Star Transfer, folks, it's a hell of a card in this format. It is just an incredible card. while we don't get to use the effect of Elysium, it's still a 2900 beater effectively on this field right now, so I don't feel bad about it at all. We're going to hit in for 900, and then we are going to hit in for lethal for 2900. Yeah, this deck is strong. Genuinely. I think this deck is really, really quite strong. It's really competent, as you saw in this video. We lost one against Light Galaxy because we have low defense stats on our monsters, and that is a real detriment to this deck, is that your main normal monster, Voidvelg Pale Rider, only has 0 defense, which means if your opponent has a way to get piercing in motion, Pale Rider is a pretty big hindrance. But also, it is a very strong card where if your opponent is on Void or is on Light Galaxy and they end on a 0 defense monster, you are actually able to hit in for 1600 points of piercing damage instead of just the 1500 that you have from Dimension Azarth, as well as from Shadow Sentinel. Overall, I think this deck is incredibly powerful. I think I want to experiment a little bit more with this card, Eclipse, especially going into the Goha Rush Festival format. This card is very interesting, but I think this deck is phenomenal. And honestly, it's not super crazy expensive either. Elysium is a free card. Star Transfer is a free card. Azarth is free. You're a box card. You're a box card. Box card. Box card. Like it is to an extent expensive, but this is a bundle. This is a bundle. This is a low rarity card. This is a card you should have if you've been playing the game for any meaningful amount of time. This is a card you should have if you've been playing since Go Rush. This is a bundle. This is a level up card. So like every single one of our spell traps in this deck are super easy to get, and that's one thing that I really like about Rush Duel format is these back row cards, these interaction cards in the form of spells and traps are pretty easy to get your hands on, and I really do like that, especially opposed to, you know, early on in the formats when we especially had to get stuff like what was it? What was I thinking of? I'm sorry, it'll come to me in a second here. Yeah, Go Cyclone. When we had stuff like Go Cyclone, and that was a box UR. That was pretty rough. Objectively. I of course didn't have any issues because I spend on this game, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This was super fun to make. I'm loving sitting down making content, especially on this format. Probably sometime next week, and this is going to be up the day I record it, the 30th. But sometime next week, we are going to have the November meta breakdown. That'll be a ton of fun. Those meta breakdowns are always super fun to actually sit down and take a look at. And then next week as well, we're probably going to do the ban list prediction, because ban list season, as weird as that sounds, we are getting into the realm of ban list season. As always, I'm going to do kind of a wish list. I'm going to do what I expect to get hit, and then I think the last one that I'm going to do is a slaughter list, where they actually take an approach where they want to massively hit the top couple decks, which I don't full clarity here. I will even admit it. They're not going to do that. Don't expect. Maybe they will, but don't go in expecting that they're going to put out a list that just immediately kills every deck. They really have never put out a list that's just like, okay, this deck is dead. Like, they'll take pieces away from a deck to make it worse, but a deck never really gets hit to the point where it's like, okay, this deck is unplayable. Besides, I guess, Dragon, when they put everything to limit 3, it made it feel unplayable, but it was still, like, sort of playable. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm going to try to make videos on Psychics in the future here, and on Worms, especially since they got the new buffs, but I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe we'll do some of that in the stage 1 of the Gohar Rush Festival videos. Not sure. It really, really will depend. Later tonight as well, we should be potentially seeing a new free-to-play card. So that could be interesting. And I'm going to try to get King of Games super early this season. So expect some form of laddering content as well. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I rambled a little bit at the end, but it was a big, big blast making this video. I love Voidvelg. It's a great deck. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.